get down to business.
Welcome back for Money Monday. Whether you filed a tax extension to avoid late penalties or you needed extra time to get your files together, procrastination. That deadline is approaching quickly.
Oh, but don't worry. We've got everything that you need to know, and here to walk us through it all is CPA and tax analyst, Forbes Advisor. Please welcome Kemberley Washington.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
When you walked in the door, I said, "Hey, Kim."
Yes, you did, and I appreciate it.
It is good to see you again, friend. So tell us, why is there, sort of a tick in people filing for extensions?
Right, so more and more people, of course, are filing tax extensions for so many different reasons, and that's because the ever-changing tax laws. So individuals who are filing their business tax returns, who are filing more complicated investment tax returns, they're simply taking advantage of additional time to file. So that's why more people are filing extensions and waiting to file an accurate return with the IRS.
But any laziness or procrastination?
I don't want to call it laziness.
You don't want to call it laziness,
No, they
right?
just want to make sure they have an accurate tax return.
Be nice,
Nice.
Let's get into the details of it. So what's the tax deadline? What should we know?
Right, so the extended tax deadline, of course, is October 16th. That's for personal tax returns. If you're someone who files like a partnership or S corporation, even if you're a small business, that deadline is September 15th. You do want to keep in mind, you do have to file your state tax return as well. So check with the state and make sure that you're correct with the correct filing when it comes to the tax deadline.
So tell us about the first-time penalty abatement and how does it work?
Right, so if you're someone who's listening and maybe you fall into a category where you owe any type of penalties, you can do what I like to call the IRS get out of jail free card when it comes to penalties. And that way, of course, you can reduce your penalties. It's very simple. You can pick up the phone, call the IRS, and ask them to remove those penalties from your account. But a lot of people don't realize this, but that is something that you can use when it comes to your taxes.
Okay, what do you do if you owe money?
Okay, if you owe money, right? And a lot of people there are some things you can do, but I often like to say is just pay as much as you can, even if it's a little, because that can reduce any penalties that you may have or whatever the case may be. And you also want to seek out any tax relief that may be available. There are 3 different ones that you want to look into. The first one, of course, is called financial hardship. And it's just telling the IRS, hey, I can't afford to pay right now, but if you can put my account on hold. That's another one that's often advertised. It's called the offer and compromise. And that's maybe if you owe like maybe $20,000, you might say, I only have $5,000. The IRS may even offer and do the offer and compromise and reduce that amount. And last but certainly not least, when it comes to any penalties, you may want to reach out because there's some things you can do with reducing your penalties with the IRS.
What happens if you file after the extended deadline? Is there...
For the people in the back.
For the people in the back, keep in mind that is the absolutely last day to file when it comes to your taxes. So you do want to make sure that you do file that tax return because, of course, you can face different type of penalties. That could be a failure to file or a failure to pay, and that could be up to 25% of the amount that you owe. But just like we talked about it, first-time penalty abatement is your friend. So make sure you reach out to the IRS. You can pick up the phone and ask them, hey, do I qualify? And they'll remove those penalties right there on the spotlight.
Oh, wow.
So that's some steps you can take at this time.
You have blessed us today. So good to
Yes.
see you. Next
Good
time
to
I see
see
you,
you.
remember, hey, Kim.
I will. Thank you so much. I appreciate
All
it.
right, thank you. Good to have you on again, Kemberley Washington.
Thank you so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.